Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that is really important for every farmer to know. I'm going to be talking about you can tell if your rabbit is sick. Now, as a farmer, you have to know this because this one helps you to save your rabbits. If you don't know how to tell your rabbit is sick, by the time you find out, it's too late for the rabbit. So if you can find out when it's still early, you can always save your rabbit, or chances of saving your rabbits are higher. The first thing to know is your rabbit will not be yearning to come and see you. When you come to the cage, your rabbit will not be moving. You can always tell. A rabbit, whether you've given them food, at least it will be curious to come and find out why you're there. But if the rabbit is not minding, there is a problem. At least you have to find out, investigate. If it's really just full and it just wants to rest, you can tell that. But when you see it, you investigate it. Don't just brush it off. Another thing is, if your rabbit is not eating, rabbits have personalities. As a farmer, you should be able to tell. With time, you start telling that, okay, this rabbit is like this and that. For example, I have a rabbit. It eats anything I give it. But then I also have another one that doesn't eat just like that. All right, so it eats certain things and then not other things. But I know that if I gave it food, it will eat all of it eventually. So if you know that this rabbit eats everything, this rabbit yearns when you come and it wants to eat anything, it's bubbly and all that, and then you give it food and you bring something that it likes eating and it's not really excited, just know something is really wrong. Or if a rabbit is eating less, right? You give it the normal foods, let me say pellets, but then you go in the evening probably to feed it again or to check on it and there is still some food. That means you have to investigate. All right? So if it does that today and then tomorrow, then you find out what's going on. Another thing to let you know that your rabbit is not so good is if a rabbit is not pooping. If you have your rabbits, let's say, and then you realize that your rabbit probably is not pooping, make sure you clean the cage or under the cage to be sure, to be really sure. If it's among other rabbits, you cannot tell this. It's not easy to tell that your rabbit is not pooping. Okay, this is mostly if a rabbit stays alone. So if you don't find any poop, you just know your rabbit is not pooping. Rabbits poop every day. Every day a rabbit has to poop, and they poop a lot. If you feed them well, they poop a lot. So if you don't find any dropping at all, that should worry you. Now, there are some of the obvious symptoms. All right, if your rabbit has a dirty behind, it may actually be eating well, but it has a dirty behind. Your rabbit has diarrhea, so of course it's sick. Okay, it is sick, and you can tell from symptoms like that. Or if your rabbit has a wet nose, if it's coughing and sneezing, you can tell that, okay, my rabbit is sick from this. All right, and also if your rabbit has mange, locally people call it ebigenge. Locally, I mean in Uganda, people call it ebigenge. So if you see that, you can definitely know that, okay, my rabbit is not okay. It is suffering from mange or ear mites. Those are obvious symptoms. Now, if your rabbit is not eating all its food, I'm not saying totally not eating. I'm saying if it's not eating all its food, it eats little food. If that shouldn't worry you too much right away, if it is a female rabbit. If it's a female rabbit, and you've bred it, it could be because of the pregnancy. Sometimes rabbits lose the appetite, cuts down. Although that happens mainly in the 4th week, like towards the end of the pregnancy. That's when rabbits, that's what I've realized from my rabbits. That's when they lose appetite. They eat little. They are not really interested in eating towards the end, like on day 28th, from day 28th, if I found my pregnant rabbit not eating well, I wouldn't be alarmed right away. It gets even worse towards the very, very end. Like on maybe day 30th, you may find all your food as you put it is there. And then before you know it, next morning you find babies. So you shouldn't be alarmed totally if it's a female pregnant rabbit or a female rabbit that you bred. Then another thing I've noticed is molting. Molting is when rabbits lose their fur. It happens, I think it happens 2 times a year. Yeah, so a rabbit, it happens to a rabbit when it's from 6 months and above. So you find that your rabbit is having some fur that is getting off. Normally the whole, it doesn't look so good, so good and neat. Its fur is not neat. There's some that's coming out and stuff. You should know that your rabbit is molting. Now I've realized that 2 of my rabbits, so if you think I'm wrong, you should let me know in the comments. But I've realized it happened to one of my rabbits. It was a male. Its appetite cut down, and I didn't know what was wrong, so I immediately gave it vitamins and washed it. Okay, it was pooping, and the poop was totally fine, but its appetite had reduced. And then I think it took like 4 days. It would eat, but not a lot. So it took about 4 days, and then the appetite came, it picked appetite again. So then again, it happened to another male rabbit still. When it happened this time, I confirmed that, okay, this happens to rabbits, molting. Somehow it also, sometimes the rabbit reduces its appetite. So if your rabbit isn't eating enough or eating at all, follow all through, look at everything I've told you, and look for other symptoms. Okay, sometimes a rabbit is not eating at all, but it has mange and a lot of it, and you're like, okay, mange, normally with mange, rabbits eat, they eat their food properly, but you never know, there may be an underlying problem. Now that you know how to tell if your rabbit is not okay, you should make sure you watch the videos, my videos. Check in the description below. You will see other videos from my channel, and there are videos about diseases, prevention and cure. So if you notice your rabbit is not eating and you find out what disease it is suffering from, you can watch those videos to help you find out how to treat and also to prevent further disease. Like I told you, farmers, you should always be on the alert with your rabbits. Go to the cages. Now, I don't know how maybe these farmers do it, those you farmers who are not really always on your farms, and there is a farm hand probably. I just hope you choose well your farm hand. Choose someone who has the passion. I've told you this before. Choose someone who has the passion to go and check, to be able to care and go check, look at every cage. It is not so hard, because at the end of the day, when you feed your rabbits, you go to every cage. So don't just drop food and leave. Okay? Just make sure you see what's going on. When I bring food, is the rabbit, coming to me for food, or is it not bothering? Okay? Sometimes the rabbit may not be in the same place. Just there, not interested in one place. It may actually come to you. But when you put the food, let's say the pellets, the rabbit will just go, sniff it, and it won't eat. But you know for sure you last fed it maybe last night and it's morning. You know that it is supposed to be hungry, but then it's not really eating. What you do, you just watch the rabbit. If it's still not interested in eating, then you should figure out what's wrong. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. Please comment if there are other symptoms that I've forgotten to tell you about. See you in the next video.